I should probably head in there now, you know.
Oh, before you go, I wanted to give you this.
Oh, I'm so sorry I broke it, Ralph.
That moment, it actually makes me choke up every time I see it to this day. It was a real fine line because the movie's a comedy, but I think to earn that emotion at the end of the film is the thing I'm most proud of.
All right. Okay, getting a little clingy on me here. Come on, get out of here. The world's waiting for you, kid.
I really hope that people, when they watch the movie, that message, that true friendship can really weather any change, you know, that's really the thing that people take away.
They are, in fact, better friends for realizing it doesn't matter where I go. Right. I'm with you.
Always.
This is a true choice. Friendship is a true choice of your heart to say every day I want to contact you and be with and know how you're doing.
Bye, kid.
We tend to embrace these broken, flawed characters, and rarely is there one in our work that's just solid as Shank.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't make a lot of mistakes. The mistakes she's made are in her past, and so she's able to give Vanellope legitimately good advice.
She had to come across both as a very tough character, she's the boss of that game, but also as a character we feel that soft side. So from a design element, you need to have both.
I think that when the voice casting came in, that's like when the design is starting to solidify.
I can do the oof. Let's try with the oof. Let's try different. Oof. Let's go with the drive. Yeah! I went a bit, you know, crazy, but I was like giving it something.
She just sort of has this easygoing warmness about her, like, oh, I could sit down and talk to Gal, like, we could be friends. And we try to put some of that into how Shank sort of carries herself.
Yo, Department of Noise, get out of my car.
That relaxed, effortless posture that she has.
Cool, let's make a video.
Show off.
Nicely done.
Now, who are we supposed to see about getting paid again?
The head algorithm. Her name is Yes.
Yes was amazing in the fact that she also went through a couple of iterations.
I think originally they were picturing a bigger than life, bold and brass and huge ego, but definitely the personality became more like a producer or an agent.
He won't be doing any bee puns.
They're beneath you.
It's one of those things where you're trying to get the attitude and like the feeling of the character, and then it doesn't really come together until they finally pick a voice actor.
This man is on fire, literal and figurative fire.
As soon as they said, well, it's going to be Taraji, then we could take all of that personality that we had in those other designs and her likeness and sort of put them together.
I love Yes. When she genuinely jumps on the table and is like, this is what the internet is made for. It's sort of in jest, and yet her character truly does believe that, no, this
is the best.
This is the best of these cat videos and these viral videos. It is also what the internet is made for.
Yeah.
To see all of the Disney princesses on the film and think, I'm going to get to animate and work on a film that has the characters that initially inspired me to be an animator, and it has eBay, I feel like I was just manipulating the directors and the story artists just to put everything that I like in one movie.
Anna and Elsa and Moana are the most current Disney princesses, and they have a detail to them. They have a richness to their design, and we wanted all of the other princesses to kind of come up and match that richness. So princesses like Snow White, when you see the 2D version, it's just a simple yellow skirt or a simple blue bodice, but we knew that they needed to match the detail level of Moana and Elsa, so it was fun inventing all of that extra detail.
Who made your gown? I've never seen anything quite like it.
Oh, this old thing?
Oh, I'd so love to have one of my own.
As would I.
Me too.
Best outfit ever.
When the first Ralph came out, people were scrubbing through Game Central Station to
find all the characters.
My guess is, oh my Disney on this film is gonna be that moment for us.
Jeez Louise, this place is bonkers.
I don't think there's a single shot in that whole sequence that doesn't have some special little thing in there for the viewers.
The cameos go into the hundreds. You can watch this movie multiple times and see lots of different things happening in the background.
I am Groot.
One of my favorite Easter eggs on the movie. It was animated by, of course, the incredible Mark Henn. Not only did he do a Sorcerer Mickey on top of the animation building as an homage to Fantasia, but you also will see Humphrey the Bear picking up trash as an homage to my favorite Disney short, In the Bag.
Who else is in?
There's
so many.
Grumpy. So this is a cool little one. In Snow White, there was a song that was cut from the film, a soup song. Grumpy is sitting backstage and he's eating a bowl of soup that spills on him as he's... So that was a
really
nice little homage.
That goes back to one of the cut shots from the original Snow White, which is really cool. You have to know your Disney if you're going to get that one.
What is the internet? What does it actually look like?
Wi-Fi? Or wifey?
Our first vision of the internet was, what if everything is floating on clouds, like the real internet? We thought, that's an awesome metaphor.
Dynamite metaphor.
We nailed the movie on day one, and then we shared that metaphor with some of our tech guys here.
People who aren't dummies.
Yeah. And they were like, well, it's the metaphor that they use to sell the internet, but that's not really how the internet works.
It was only through research that we started to realize that, no, it's actually very tactile. It's a very physical thing.
We're crazy for research.
We love our
nuts.
research.
We're nuts for research.
You see that
One of the
highway
biggest.
out there? That's the 134. We took that
You can
to
hear
the
that.
5, and then it's
Connects
about
right up
8
there.
or 9 miles. It's a real ugly stretch of interstate, but it was a beautiful drive that day, and man, did we have fun.
It's a high-rise called One Wilshire.
And it's the place where all connections for the internet, the entire West Coast, happen.
We saw the box where Siri lives. You know, it's like the guy's like, this is Siri. Kind of paid our respects. And even though it's not like a trip to like Norway that they took on Frozen or the South Pacific, like the guys that Moana took, it was still nevertheless very inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
This is how everything's connected in the physical world. It's just tubes and wires.
Double Dan.
Oh man, he's had so many iterations over the years.
Who are you?
Double Dan began as an idea that wouldn't it be funny if Ralph met this Double Dan guy who turns out to be this horrible virus if Ralph doesn't realize that he's kind of palling around with this guy.
He was a replicating virus,
Yeah.
so if you touched him or gave him a hug or something like that, he would replicate whatever he touched.
Double Dan used to ride a rascal scooter around.
So the clones used to be born from...
Little Dan.
He did change quite a bit.
From very early on.
Yeah, there was a handful of designs for him.
Phil was like, what about this character? He's like a spammer. Being perfectly honest, I drew him just to gross Phil out. And I did these drawings and brought them back in and they go perfect. Done.
For Double Dan, I was trying to figure out how he moved, how did Alfred Molina's voice kind of affect his design.
You, what are you doing here? Get out!
I think he's definitely one of my favorite characters and then the most weirdest character I've seen.
No, these aren't here to remind you to eat your vegetables. They're here because there's a healthy dose of Zootopia Easter eggs in Ralph Breaks the Internet, like this mug. Look familiar? It's the same that can be found on Flash's desk in the DMV.
Whoa!
What do Litwack and the baddies from Zootopia have in common?
You're gonna laugh. Okay.
They both love the velvety pipes of Mr. Jerry Vole. Yup, that's the same CD on Litwack's desk. Not only does Ralph take you throughout cyberspace, it also makes a few pit stops in beautiful San Francisco. For example, there it is on this calendar. The film is loaded with Big Hero 6 Easter eggs.
More than enough.
One person's junk is another person's treasure.
Word.
And the streets of Slaughter Race are practically littered with treasure. Check out these great finds. A toy replica of Fred's lizard suit. And that's Hero's helmet.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
We are in the internet.
Whoa.
Oh my Disney.
What?
Ralph, come on, let's go. This is awesome.
Me and the kid are like shoes and socks, or peanut butter and bacon.
What?
Ralph, you are trending. You could break the internet.
Ralph?
Uh-oh.
Ralph, when you break the internet, you don't literally have to break the internet.
I'm gonna rock it!
Oh, wow, that didn't work. Pancake, pancake!
That is what the internet was made for!
Hey guys, one of the most legendary behind-the-scenes moments comes courtesy of Pixar. In 1994, at a lunch meeting, four of Pixar's key creative heads, John Lasseter, Andrew Stanton, Pete Docter and Joe Ranft, came together to map out what to do after their first full-length animated film, Toy Story, hit theatres. In one sitting, the four Pixar creatives brainstormed ideas and characters that would eventually make it into A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo and WALL-E. Now remember to click here below to subscribe, or over here for more great content.